I was so heavy, like I couldn't move a finger on the bed. I couldn't even open my eyelids. When I say that it's not my thing to take some weed, it's just that so far I never had really any strong experience or really any particular experience. So, and I start to feel sicker and sicker, and to the point that I have to shut down everything. I started to feel like I'm gonna faint. 6 hours of sexual fantasy dreams. Today was another day like the day before. And if you watched what I just said before in this video, you would know that yesterday I actually had kind of a special experience with my meditation, sort of out of body experience. Anyway, I explained that. And it lasted quite a few hours. Today, early this morning, I heard strongly and very loudly that I was suggested to take a bit of the chocolate ice cream that we have in the freezer that was done and left by another team member before. And inside, turns out it's made with weed, but apparently a pretty high amount. And I was aware of that yesterday when the other team member told me about this. So this morning I heard strongly like, hey, you're gonna take some chocolate today and you can expect the day to be completely off. And I was like, what? It's not, when I say that it's not my thing to take some weed, it's just that so far I never had really any strong experience or really any particular experience. So I don't really see the point. I'm probably having better experience, especially one of yesterday. You gotta take some chocolate. So I took some chocolate. I did right a few minutes before banana and ice cream. And I kid you not, I think 20 minutes later, I started to feel the effects. Oh man. I can say that I never had such long experience and so intense that lesson learned. I'm not gonna go that high, and I don't even know how much I got out of it, unless it's for a very good reason. I started to feel like I'm out of the body, like, being an observer, but being still here. Very lightheaded, but like it's hard to stay here in the physical world or the physical part. Okay, so I shut down everything. I hadn't started to work really on everything because I heard that pretty much right away. So I was like, okay, so it's not gonna be a working day. I close everything. I go to the loft. I lay down and I checked purposefully the time on the phone to know how long is it gonna take. It was 10:30. And the next time that I kind of woke up, because I was really started to feel hungry and I needed to pee as well, but I had to force to wake up, come back, but I could feel that it wasn't really there, but I really needed to move. And it was 1:30. And when I came back from the bathroom, I said that I was hungry, so I started to cook the gorditas, the paste that I prepared earlier before all of this, and I didn't think about that. I start to, because I told you that I start to feel hungry. I need to eat something, but to eat something now. And it was gonna be kind of the fastest thing to have, and I still have the dip that I made with eggplants and black beans, or a mix of beans. And I start to feel sicker and sicker, and to the point that I have to shut down everything, the gas stove oven. I fought to stand up. I mean, to stay on my feet and to put everything in the fridge. I couldn't even find the strength to grab a tin foil and put over the pad the garlic that was in the pan, because I started to feel like I'm gonna faint, and I almost did. It was kind of a intense heat temperature, flash heat that I suddenly have, but I recognize because I experienced that so many times before. Yeah, fainting or passing away, pass out. Passing away, it's not the same thing that way. I almost fell over the chair, but I hold on it, and immediately it came into my mind, do the box breathing, the inhale 4, hold 4, exhale 4, hold 4, and you do that on repeat in loop. And I think I could feel that I was getting better after 2 or 3 rounds of that, calmer, not as hot anymore, that I felt a bit stronger, but I could still feel that it's obviously not better. Go back to the loft, lay down. That's what I did. I ran back like a bit of, pitiful of, well, I thought that I was gonna be strong enough to stand up and eat something, and like, no. So I went back under, and I only came back better. I think it was past 6 a.m. So a very long time. And it was very special. I think since the beginning, even in the first phase, as soon as the morning that I hit up the bed, I ask, through that experience, many things, because I don't know what to expect. And at some point, I remember, I think it was when I came back the second time, that on my left, but on outside, I could hear through the window some roaring or growling or a mix of it. So I was first like, oh, it must be the dogs, because when I came back, they stand in front of the loft door like the whole family. So I didn't really react it, and then it did the same sound again. And then I heard one of the dogs rushing to the side where I heard it, the growling, and barking after. So I was like, okay, it must have been a wild animal, because I've heard by the owner that they have on the land, and anyway in the jungle, wild animals, and I think a jaguar. So I was like, oh, maybe it's a jaguar. And that my brain was not here, my mind, my soul, my body. I was so heavy, like I couldn't move a finger on the bed. I couldn't even open my eyelids, and I didn't even want it to. There was this curiosity of that. Yeah, have you ever seen a jaguar with your own eyes? I was like, no. So I'll get up and go to the window and look, and I was like, I don't care. I am not here. Then go to. So, oh my God, it was like insane. I didn't got up because, like I said, I was too dense to move. And I really didn't care, despite everything, or in spite of that. I would say that the rest of the experience, and this is where you have the unfiltered and raw diary. I don't know if it was a Kundalini proper awakening or whatever, or it was a totally different experience, but it was almost 6 hours of sexual fantasy dreams, and I was just into that. And I was like trying at the beginning a reflection, okay, is it the sacral chakra or is it the root chakra? Which one again does sexuality? Oh my God. And that was so intense, and so it was mainly that, and the rest of the time I really felt that if I wasn't dense, the body was dense and I cannot move, I felt so light. I didn't feel anything. I felt the emptiness around me. like floating, and I was like floating and observing, like in elevating. It was weird. It was a lot of like zoom in, zoom out, zoom in, zoom out, zoom in, zoom out, and too many visual like flashes passing by for me to be able to grasp onto anything. It was really something. I'm curious to see, because like I said already, yesterday was super intense. It lasted hours, and I am not 100% completely back, and we're, I think, 7 p.m. or past 7 p.m. I am a bit better, but I am not fully back. I'm interesting to see how the night is gonna turn out. And tomorrow I really need to stay focused, so I don't think there's gonna be a second day experimentation to follow the instructions. That is pretty interesting. Let me know if you had experienced already your Kundalini awakening, or was it somehow close to it? I have no idea. What are your opinions about the experience that I had on both days, actually? Wow. Okay. You know what? What is the quote again? Because I knew in French, jamais deux sans trois. Like, you know, that things happen by pair, but expects that it's gonna, a third time is gonna come. I forget every time how you say that in English, but it happened twice. So should I expect something for the next day? Man, an interesting day. I don't remember if this morning we had some sunlight. At this moment, it's just we're under the clouds, so probably thunderstorm is gonna come back, Zeus or Thor, one or the other. Tomorrow is gonna be a big day. We are taking the two sisters in the city for the surgery to get sterilized. And we're gonna stay pretty much the whole day in the city until the surgery is done, and we can take them back